Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is East 9. For today, we're going back to the Dandelion, cause we went about town, we picked up Anemona, went to check up on what happened to Carla and Felix, and we got the clues that they are probably in the restricted zone of the prison, so I'm pretty sure today we're gonna go at least in that direction, but to catch everybody up on the latest information that we've gathered, we're going to go back to the Dandelion. And hopefully after that the surrounding areas will be unlocked again, that we can go there as well, because right now we're not allowed to. So, the knights really were snatching people up off the streets. Master and Commander Shadowlord. What exactly does he intend to do with them? But the knights haven't done anything dramatic since they captured the Governor General's office. That's what I don't like. It's the calm before the storm. Perhaps it has something to do with the recent arrests. I find it difficult to believe that they've come this far, just to hang up their heads now. Maybe they're waiting for something. What? Don't look at me. I haven't shown up to work in a while, so I'm out of the loop as you are. Master Shadowlord. As you're all aware, he is a venerable and deeply trusted ambassador between Glia and Rom. Despite that, it wouldn't be unexpected in the least if he fostered a deep hatred for Romans. Really? How can you tell? Well, Master Shadowlord always seems like a guy with the proclivity for the moderate. When Glia was invaded by the Empire, he was on the front lines defending Balduq. A massive battle erupted on the outskirts of Balduq. The 4th Battalion, commanded by General Bourdon of the royal family, suffered defeat. The general retreated from the battlefield into the safety of Balduq's walls. The Roman army, with a victory in sight, pursued him without mercy. I believe this was the battle which resulted in your parents' passing, Yufa. In mere moments, Balduq was besieged by a Roman general known as the Roaring Leo. The battle soon became a siege war. That is something we don't know. Yeah, I remember the city being in chaos when I was growing up. You see, it was that moment that ignited the chain of events leading to our crisis today. The 4th Battalion was outmatched and desperate, for its provisions were depleted. At the same time, the city was being overrun by riots and pillaging from within. Shadowlord was stationed with a company that chose to obey order and stand their ground. Knowing they wouldn't last, Shadowlord executed a plan that would turn the tides of battle. He took a small number of troops and snuck past the siege under the cover of night. Under the guise of reinforcements using flambeaux, they ambushed the Roman army. In response, the 4th Battalion agreed to advance and launch a pincer movement. That's not a bad strategy. Indeed, they even managed to obtain approval from the stubborn General Bourdon. The maneuvers were set into motion and the stationary troop engaged the rear guard. The disarray Romans struggled to respond. Then, they waited for the 4th Battalion. But Balduq gates never opened and the 4th Battalion never emerged. So, they just left them to die? Correct. Supposedly the general changed his mind before the maneuver was to begin. Needless to say, the Romans regained their composure and retaliated. They made quick work of Shadowlord and his company. That's terrible. Balduq's stationary troops were compromised of young and talented men. In all but an instant, all of Shadowlord's trusted comrades were annihilated. All that happened right outside the city walls? It's a truth the Glian royal family kept from the outside world to this day. They announced their unconditional surrender right after that, didn't they? That's right, but that wasn't the end of Shadowlord's efforts. After the surrender, Shadowlord proposed that the families of his fallen comrades be indemnified. The royal family promptly refused. Shortly after, Shadowlord was baptized and founded the Hieroglyph Knights in Glia. That explains his Glia complex. I feel terrible for him. But it's not enough reason to roll over and just let him get his revenge. I agree. Nothing good can come out of this. I hear ya. So, what's it gonna be, Adol? Let's find out the truth behind the prison. I'm probably not the only one who thinks there's something fishy about that place, and I'm curious to know what Dad's up to. But it's clear that Shadowlord has something to do with what's going on inside the prison. Exactly. He's at the core of it. Together with Jules' father. But I just know that Carla and Felix are being held in the restricted sector. Just you wait. I'm gonna have his head on a platter. Then it's settled. Oh, it's great that you're all pumped up and all, but the restricted sector is on high alert now. Your gifts might not be all it takes to get through unscathed. It was only a matter of time before something was done about all those break-ins. If only there was a way to get inside without being noticed at all. The restricted sector. Wasn't there an old aqueduct there? Was there? Hey, check out the big brain on the kid. I think I remember it too. Judging by the direction, it's probably drawing water from Seal Canyon. Seal Canyon. It's just north of the city, right about here. Then that's our new front door. But there's a barrier blocking this passage. How convenient. Then we have to dispel this barrier before we can go in. We're ready to go whenever you are, Adol. Be careful out there. There is hieroglyph knights at every corner of the city. New quest available on the bulletin board. Well, you know my rules, guys. If there are more side quests, we're gonna do the side quest. Ooh, it looks like Dogi has his final event. Is he the only one? Could be. Get a moment to spare, Adol. I was on my way to check up on our inventory. I could use a hand.
That should do it. Thanks a bunch, Adol. Just look at it. The Dandelion's really come a long way. It wasn't long ago when it was just an empty building. Then we made a few friends. And now, it's one of the local favorites.
It's thanks to you, Dogi.
Don't thank me. Everyone did their fair share. It's not often we get to stay put in one city for this long. The Monstrums, the prisoners, the townspeople, a whole lot of fine folk here. I'll admit, I appreciate the occasional change of scenery from the usual oceans and mountains. You of all people would understand that the most, huh? It's a great city, but it's got its share of problems. The Grimwald Nox and the Monstrum curse. But we're all in this together. Not just you and me, but all our pals at the Dandelion. One thing at a time. Right, Adol?
Yeah, and that's one thing you can say about Adol through all his adventures. He makes a lot of friends. I think in whatever country he goes to, if he's been there, he has a place to stay somewhere. It's a nice thought. You feel the same pain pulsing through you as you felt when you fainted.
Hey, Adol, you okay?
It's alright, I'm fine.
No.
Okay, but take it easy, yeah? You probably haven't fully recovered yet. You should get some rest. I'm not sure how our adventure is gonna pan out this time, but no matter what comes at us, we'll beat it somehow, like we always do. There's still so much to see out there. So many adventures await.
You have no idea. Just thinking about it gives me the chills.
Yeah.
You can say that again. So don't you go dying on me, alright? Let's get through this in one piece, Adol.
Yeah, so many books we can still play as Adol in these games. Your affinity with Dogi is now at max. One hit, max level. It's definitely helped with getting rid of the barrier. Let's see what kind of quest we have here. Prison infiltration, of course. We've got a problem in the prison. I need you all to help me take care of it. Wanted the Drolls. Under the prison at the Groaning Grotto. Prison or not, I doubt Aprilis would just turn a blind eye if she were here. I'm gonna count on you guys to take care of it? I think you can. Alright. So, let's see. This is the prison infiltration. The back alley, of course. Where is the Drolls? Can't exactly say that I remember the name, so I'm just going by the prison locations. Ah, there it is. The Groaning oh, there it is. Here. And here. Alright. Let's see in the grotto where it exactly is and then teleport to that place. It seems it's here in the location, so let's get straight to it, I guess. Or am I mistaken? Ooh. I thought it was weird. There was not a green triangle, so I knew it was going to be the discovery point. Alright, so it's not here, so let's pick one of the other ones. That feels like... yeah, it is. Damn, look at the amount of it. Let's kill all of them. Ooh, these ones are a lot stronger than the previous one we defeated. Still not a big match to us. Always seems like the more enemies there are, the more damage we do. It's like the challenge is making Adol even stronger. Which technically could be true, to be honest. Alright, one more to go. One that didn't even notice we were here. You have subdued the Drolls. Alright, let's get back to Dogi. But I'm guessing since Aprilis isn't here that we need to report back to him. Ah, and one other thing. I know you were reporting to Aprilis on your subjugation request. With her gone, you can just report it to me in her stead. Shantae, Parks and I will figure out a way to get you compensated for it. It's difficult being reminded about what happened to her, but for now, just get out there and put your best foot forward.
Hey! So.
Good work out there.
It ain't much, but
I'm just happy we could help.
Oh well, I just wanted the side quest to be gone. And to be honest, I haven't checked my journal yet to see if there were any other side quests I missed. Because if you remember, in one of the first side quest episodes, I actually missed one quest. That's why I'm being so, let's just say, thorough in trying to get the side quest done before doing anything else. Because missing one, that's that. But after realizing missing more, it's unthinkable. Prison infiltration it is. I think this is actually the first time we actually get a quest by the shady dealer himself. Ah, there you are. You got some time to spare right now? Sure? He seems a little different than usual. Maybe you saw the request. Either way, I got a job for you. Only you monstrums could pull off, since you've snuck into prison enough times already. Wait, you... what? Ah, so you figured it out. You really think I wouldn't? You're not the most discreet customers I've ever had. But don't worry. You got your business, and I've got mine. That's the rule. Oh, that's also the main reason why I didn't deny it. He is a shady information dealer. If someone could figure it out, he's definitely one of them. So much for that. Something must have happened in prison to make you break your policy, right? You think so? It's highly probable given the situation. The knights have taken hold of the prison under the guise of a revolt after all. My request is simple. I need you to help me infiltrate the prison. As for the route, I'll direct you. Your only job is to back me up until I reach my objective inside. While the details are lacking, this request does appear to be more than mere impulse. Yeah, I can tell you've been thinking this through. What should we do, Adol? Request accepted. Cause he always helps us. When we need it, it's only right that we help him as well. The deal is sealed. Fair warning though, it'll get pretty messy after we sneak in. The prison's currently manned by a whole battalion of knights, most capable men. I won't be able to rely on my usual tricks to get this done. Do you have a plan? In a sense, I've got a forbidden trump card for situations like these. I don't like the sound of that. The knights and the Romans are still in turmoil. It's the perfect time to strike. All they need is a little push, pandemonium greater than any they've experienced thus far. So, you plan to fulfill your objective while the guard is down. I can't say I know your goals, but it's a foolhardy plan to say the least. And who's better to call for foolhardy plans than us monstrums, huh? Well, personally speaking, I have something I wouldn't mind looking into there myself. Same here. Getting our hands on some intel would definitely help offset the costs. Have you already planned out any route of entry into the prison? Yeah, I'll lay it out for you just now. This will be your most dangerous job yet. I'm trusting you on this, monstrums. And so, Adol and his comrades began drafting out an infiltration strategy with Maxim. After informing the dandelion, preparations were made to carry out this plan.
It's you.
And let's see the bargain bin. Ooh. Not a recipe.
You got a good eye.
Thank you.
I see. Looking to cut it to you.
And another gift. And we need a soul spar for this. We need a mystic lacelet for this. I think, before I forget, it might be wise to get the ingredients for this. So one soul spar and one lazulite.
You saw nothing.
Because I can definitely just get it from the basement in the dandelion. So one here. That's where we have the shards for anyway, so might as well. Because there might be a good chance that after this we won't need to go buy him anymore for any requests, so we might as well just get it now. So don't forget it's there.
You got a good eye.
And eventually we will figure out who these 3 gifts are for.
I see.
I'm gonna use it. Let's commence. Things will get messy after we sneak in. Make sure you are prepared for it. You ready to begin the operation? Hell yeah. Acknowledged. Let's get started. Man, I'm so pumped about this. You wouldn't believe it. I guess someone has to be. Anyway, what's our first move? We're infiltrating the prison through the paths of the entertainment district ramparts. Let's make our way over then. Look at him. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as ever. Shouldn't be a problem as long as I play it cool. Though, it wouldn't be half as fun with that loud-mouthed Belger missing out. Ah, the plan's already in motion, eh? Fine by me. I've been bored stiff without my favorite stooge around. He means prison Adol, by the way. Time for me to make a killing. We're in. Wait, the way is blocked off. Would you look at that? They've gone and gated the place up. Guess those knights must have been tired of playing zookeeper. Makes you wonder what that place was for to begin with. Anyhow, this one looks like it'll be tougher than usual to knock down. That won't be necessary. I've already planned for this. But before that, you sure you're willing to go through with this? Why is he trying to make us stop? You already said, yeah? Can't wait to see what those monsters can do from up close. I'll guide the way. May fortune be with us all. I would have loved to see it actually explode, not just by sound, but by visual as well. What was that? Hell if I know. Fortify our defenses. Arthur! Impressive. There, the pass is open. Let's move, don't stop until you've brought every last one of them to heal. Well, it's an extreme way to put it, but I suppose I'm not against it. Now then, everyone, shall we take to the stage? But I'm still really impressed that Arthur the owl could actually flip a switch.
The courtyard is just up ahead. Time to let loose.
Don't have to tell me. Don't encourage him.
Okay, so let's follow direction as best as we can.
It's the Monstrums. They've broken again?
Excuse us, coming through. We're really sorry about this.
Are we though? I'm not. I love the fact that we're getting in there. There's no need to go this way. Head for the courtyard. Let's get a move on. Alright. As you say, good sir.
There are too many for us to manage. Maybe we can lure them somewhere and then use the stairs to get to the entrance.
We should be able to get to the west wing from here. The quickest way there would be directly up.
Is there any way? Yep, there it is.
We need a diversion. Drop that chandelier.
Look! The Monstrums are here!
Well, if it's pandemonium we wanted, we're sure to get it now. What the? It's you guys. Oh dear. Oh yeah, almost forgot about those. We made them prisoners by just locking them up. It's those imposters from before. So this is where they've been all this time. Don't act like you didn't know. You're the reason we're in here. Do you have any idea how much we've been through thanks to you? You wanna try saying that again? No. We only have ourselves to blame for being locked up like this. We're just getting what we deserved. Forced into hard labor day after day. Boss. But I beg of you, on bended knee, please get us out of this cell. We're kind of in a hurry here, so can you give us a good reason to? We've finally seen the light we were meant to lead all along. It all began when we left home 5 years ago. 3 vagabonds forced to turn a life of... forget it, this is taking too long. Wait, oh yeah, let's go. Ah, come on, for the love of God. Yoo-hoo! Our prayers are answered! Come on, boys, let's scram. Yeah. They're now a distraction, I bet. It would seem they are getting away. Oh, don't misunderstand. I just figured they'll make for a good distraction. They already look just like you, after all. No, they don't! What's all the commotion here? The monsters are at it again! They must be around here somewhere. Ah, they're beginning to gather. I had Arthur open up the ledge to the roof. Let's take it. We're in the home stretch now. And I'll be raising hell every step of the way.
Let's go.
Anyway, for us to get up there, just our gifts. There. Maybe we can glide there after we done that. Yep. Haha. Ooh, can we drop that one as well? Worth it. Definitely worth it. That one we can glide to. Oh, that one is now detached. Still worth it, but maybe we should have thought a little bit more about it. Looks like they haven't taken this ladder down. Not like we couldn't just run our way up, but whatever works. Yeah, but Maxim can't, so we need to have an excuse that he can climb as well.
Don't have as much time as I thought. Change of plans. Can you fly from the east wing over to the central wing? I need you to create a diversion there.
Understood.
Come here, boys. Okay, fine, a little bit more. Need more distraction than this. Am I going the right way? Or do I need to be in the middle for it? Yeah, we probably need to be in the middle for it.
Someone to fight.
Is it bad that I'm starting to feel a little sorry?
They certainly aren't sparing any security in the central wing. Yeah, it's not at all back when we came to rescue Iris. We'll need to get downstairs. Indeed, our destination is on the 3rd floor of the north wing, the special sector. Alright, let's bust our way through then. Maxim presses a hidden switch on the side of the fireplace. One of the stone blocks moves slightly, revealing a secret compartment behind. Maxim proceeds to retrieve a ring marked with a white lily from within. The Lilium ring. No sign it's been switched out. With that, the preparations are... They hardly even put up a fight. No matter, I have a mission to fulfill. I can only hope the Monstrum managed to pull it off. Alright, set the arena to go down. Let's hope I heard that right.
Come on, you guys are better than this. Put your backs into it.
Looks like some of you have been skipping out on your drills.
What, Krisha, are we having too much fun with this? But what's the point of doing something like this and not having any fun?
Well, hello, special sector.
He totally is the bad guy here.
Yeah, but that's Hawk. He doesn't even plan to hide it.
Oh, Maxim!
Maxim presses a hidden switch on the wall. What the? A secret passageway? You act like you've done that a million times already. Just how long have you known about this exactly? I never planned on bringing you along this far, but time is of the essence. If you want to know, all you have to do is follow. I do. Well, you heard the man. Yeah, let's go. Maxim takes out the delirium ring, places it in a hollow slot in the altar. He then removes a ring marked with a blue lily off from his finger, placing it into a second slot on the altar. Where is he taking us? I'm intrigued. From there, Adol and the others followed down a long-winded path, until finally they arrived at a singular room. So this is our destination. How long has all this crap been down here? Since the fortress was built, I imagine. This seems to be part of the prison's foundation. Just who are you, Maxim? Maxim opens a desk drawer and retrieves a seal marked with a beautiful white lily. That's the Lilium crest, the old symbol of the Kingdom of Glea. Then it stands to reason that the royal family once used that seal. The mark of the ruling authority, the Great Seal of State. It's only supposed to be passed on in succession from the king to the king, which means... I would never have guessed, no. He's the king? I always knew you weren't just some rando. No way someone with no ties to the royals would know where this thing was. I'm nothing more than a man tasked with a mission. But my mentor, the one who raised me, he served the royal family for generations. As he aged, he took the mantle. All I'm doing is fulfilling His Majesty's final commands. That day, 8 years ago, when the Kingdom of Glea fell, His Majesty gave me 2 orders while on his deathbed. The first was retrieving this, the Lilium Seal. The second was securing the safety of his daughter. His Majesty prioritized those 2 things over his very life. It was my obligation to comply. So the reason... Sounds like the king was a pretty upstanding guy. Not like that bastard General Borden. Hold on a second. So the one who rescued Iris when she was little, it was you all along? I'd only planned to leave her with my mentor for a time, but once he saw the trauma on her face, he decided he would raise her himself. Old age finally did him in last year. there must be when Iris set off on her own. But that's got nothing to do with me. She's out of the scope of my duties now. Besides, I doubt she'd even remember my face after all these years. So, you have no plans of telling Iris about any of this, are you? Sounds to me like you've got a soft spot for her, all things considered. I won't even dignify that with a response. A member of the royal family is better off staying away from the shadows of society. Sounds like he isn't going to budge on this one. Indeed. I sense company approaching. Well now, aren't you a perceptive one? If this weren't a dead end, you just might have managed to slip away. Ah, if it isn't the old geezer, Seneschal Gilbert. Lucian warned us about him. Don't tell me they're here. Just let us them here. Looked like it. I knew something felt off about this whole arrangement. They must have had the same objective. With the Lilium seal recovered, the people of Glia can finally be at ease. If you could just kindly hand it over. I don't know what your aim is here, but there's no way in hell it has anything to do with the people. The only thing you cared for is getting vengeance for your failures 8 years ago. As the surviving remnants of the Glian royal army. How very amusing. There are more of you here than I had anticipated. Glia's future is looking very bright indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Crimson King? Or should I say, Adol Christin? Just how much do the knights know? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I'm asking. You could say we know more about you than even you know about yourself. See, we've come across a number of felons among the populace in recent days. I'm sure you must be worried about your precious friends and families, right, girls? Sounds to me like you know something, don't you? Guess that means we're just gonna have to beat it out of you then. Agreed. I can sense some manner of special fluid coating their blades. It could very well be a poison. I wouldn't put it past them. Those knights behind them are cream of the crop. Don't go underestimating them. Pity has to come to this. We have an emergency. What is it? The Monstrums! They appeared on the roof in the south wing. They're opening the main gates as we speak. It won't hold for much longer now. What nonsense are you spouting? Those monsters are right here! Oh. What's the meaning of this? You. Gotcha. This was a special delivery, just for you. Hope you enjoy it. You traitorous little... You're wide open. Perhaps it's you who has made the mistake of underestimating us. Pity it can't come to this. Get ready. Oh, I not even get the pleasure of fighting it myself. Adol and the group proceeds to fight their way through the onslaught of knights. With Maxim's guidance, they manage to escape through a different route than they have entered. Well, that was troublesome. We didn't end up getting any information out of them either. And search as we did, there were no signs of Felix or Carla in any of the general cells. It's like we figured, they must be in some special location only the knights know of. Indeed, we have managed to narrow things down at the very least. Maxim took out the seal of the Glian royal family before throwing it high in the sky. What? The Glian seal of state? The hell you go and do that for? Was this the plan all along? Correct. His Majesty bade me to destroy the seal once I'd retrieve it. I have no intention of handing it over, not even to His Majesty's daughter herself. No one needs to be swayed by the symbol of a fallen kingdom any longer. I'm surprised he'd even go far enough to order something like that. the last king of Glia. He's not a particularly distinguished figure in history, but supposedly his diplomacy helped stall the hostile empire's war efforts for years. It only makes sense he'd consider the future of his people in their nation's last moments. Yeah, sounds like Iris had a good man for a father. Huh? So what are you gonna do now? You fulfilled all the king's missions after all. Don't suppose you'd like to give those cocky knights a good lesson or two? Out of the question. What becomes of Glia is of no consequence to me. Is that right? That's kinda hard to believe. Why even lie about it at this point? Why don't you come to the Dandelion? To your hideout, you mean? I suppose you do have your Majesty's daughter in your charge. Look like he does still care about Iris after all. That reminds me. We've yet to receive any reward for our efforts this time around. A task of larger scale than anticipated does suggest one to be compensated accordingly. Fair enough. What do you have in mind? Well, how about coming to help us with our work for a while? It's no easy task, but it should be a fine way to pay us back for the things done today. And we could use some fresh entertainment too. Things won't be as dull with you around. You're right. I do all owe you a great deal. Farewell then, Monstrums of Balduq. My next mission will be lending you a hand with your own. With that, Maxim becomes yet another one of Dandelion's many collaborators.
That went well enough.
Yes. A great guy to have on the list.
Yeah.
I heard about your situation. The Mures in the Grimwald Nox. They're not to be trifled with, to be sure. Fortunately, Arthur has a knack for sensing monsters. I'll have him keep an eye out. I'll also keep my inventory stocked. Come see me anytime you need anything. Bargain bin? Strike a deal?
Lion or not? You saw nothing.
Alright. So we've got 3 more gifts to give out to people around here. And I think that's it for the side quest. So let's see if we can find the owner of the gifts. Or shall we leave that for another time? It's not like we need to rush, but...
Yeah, come back anytime.
Ah, stylish glasses for dear old Credo.
What?
What are these for? You were looking to creep me out. Mission accomplished. And what's with the glasses? You got eyes like a hawk, remember? Plus, they just get in the way when I fight. I haven't got any use for them. Well, I gave him glasses to begin with, but that's beside the point. It's very ironic now. I just thought you'd look good on them. I don't know where you got the idea, but I don't swing that way. Find someone else to pawn off your shitty secondhand junk to, okay? Fine, hand them over. Don't blame me if I trash them later. It's making me dizzy. Hey, they look great. Yeah, whatever you say. I never buy anything like this for myself. When did you get these anyway? Lucian once told me glasses might help dull the daggers in my eyes. It said something like, your death glares are scaring the citizens, even if I cared. The Hardcliffe Knights think that glasses are a sign of intellect and prestige. That's why the saints got glasses on in some of her paintings. You are pretty knowledgeable. I'm not an idiot, you know. I picked up a few things that Lisa told me when I was a kid. Okay, I'll take these, but don't ask for them back. I'd fetch a decent selling price. Sport skill 2. Nice. I was hoping he'd still have those glasses on, like they automatically switched it. Oh well. We can switch it back later.
Hey, so... Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Have a moment?
Nope. I'm glad Maxim is finally joining us at the Dandelion. He's done so much for us already. So we know how skillful he really is.
Adol!
Sure thing.
Yep,
See you later.
no secondary item for Dogi. Miniature teacup? This actually makes sense. Because she's a small doll, so a normal sized teacup would never do. This teacup is a children's plaything, is it not? Upon closer inspection, it is quite a beautiful piece. Adol, would you accompany me for a moment? Enjoy. Thanks, Anemona. It smells great. Does it? I will take your word for it. Is something bothering you?
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing. The design on this cup. It's of Saint Rosvita. You provide consolation to help ease her grief. I have yet to make sense of myself. Why had I forgotten so long, only to remember it in that moment? Speaking with you has allowed me to regain my composure. I am grateful for your company, Adol. I greatly value our friendship. Perception level 2 as well. Beautiful. Finally something for Margot?
That's right.
Nope. This instant is liable to be an ordeal, not only for us, but the whole of Glia. War with Rom will be all but inevitable, should things continue as they are. Whatever it is that Shadowlar's scheming, I don't care for it in a single bit. Gracious me, this is what happens when you let your anger take the reign. We'll just have to stop him ourselves. Ha! That we do. We're the only ones cognizant enough to do so. But don't forget, you have the leader of the Bells of Freedom on your side. Easy she does. 2 more. There it is. Portrait of a girl. Ooh, is it gonna be like a portrait of her?
Adol.
You give Iris the portrait of a girl as a present. The color composition is adequate. The artist must be half decent. The girl is sort of cute too, but
Wait a sec.
this is not what I think it is it? Iris turns the canvas over. There's a faint writing on the back. Princess Eleanor's 3rd birthday. I knew it. I take back what I said about liking this. Get the thing away from me. I hate seeing my past self. But this painting is a gift, so... Fine, I will refrain from scraping it. Even though looking at it causes me physical pain. The thought of receiving a gift from you, I do not hate it.
Oh,
I have nothing more to say to you. Just go and do whatever it is you do, Adol. You're welcome. Imperious Rally. Yeah. Ooh, and a final scene of her. Adol, just the person I needed to see. There is something I wish for you to see. Could you wait here with Gramps?
I'm looking forward to seeing what Iris has to show us.
Is he gonna show up in a royalty dress?
Do you know anything about it at all?
Gramps, Adol. Thank you for waiting.
She is. Well, not now, not in the royalty dress.
So, what do you think?
She's gonna help around in the Dandelion. That's good too.
You better say it looks good, or I'll stab your eyes out.
It looks nice.
Of course it does. Shantae made it special, just for yours truly.
That was very generous of him. But if Shantae was the one who made it for you, then does that mean you're...
That's correct. From now on, I'll be working at the Dandelion. I'm hanging up my hat as an assassin. I'm putting it all behind me, along with my royal title. It was just a name anyway.
Oh, Maxim would be very glad to hear that.
That's a very big decision, Iris.
Yes. After coming to the Dandelion, I've since learned the error of my ways. I blame the Romans for everything bad that happened to me. I spent my life running. But I'm done with that. I want to start living for myself, like all of you are. Starting from now, I'm just going to be plain old Iris.
Good for you. I support your decision. I think it's a much better job for you than being an assassin.
Yes, I think you are right.
Though I hope you don't think you're getting out of receiving a proper education. I understand that you can read and write, but there's much to learn about the world.
Ugh.
And if you're going to work here, you'll need to learn etiquette as well. Be sure to address Shantae with respect. He is your manager now.
Now you sound just like the overbearing goody two-shoes who raised me.
And that's not a bad thing, Iris. Trust me. What kind of person was he?
He was some kind of black market dealer or whatever. And he was stubborn to boot. I commanded him countless times to teach me how to kill, but he only taught me self-defense. I found out later, he never intended to teach me how to be an assassin in the first place, as a favor to someone who died before I was born. The one who entrusted me to him.
I see. It must have been difficult for you to part with him. You should be grateful to your parents and the man who took you in. Because of them, you have the opportunity to live an honest life.
See what I mean? Overbearing! If you piss me off, I will gut you.
I thought you retired from being an assassin.
Well, a girl still needs her hobbies.
Yes, I did. But... Oh, by the way, I made something for you two. You had better stay put until I get back.
That's so cute. Ah, her first order.
Ah, this tea looks excellent. Shall we, Adol?
The tea has a startling amount of spice that burns your throat.
This tea is rather invigorating.
She still has to learn how to make tea.
Got you, losers! I spiked it with the hottest spices from his spawny. I may not be an assassin anymore, but I never said I was going to be some law-abiding citizen. You had better watch what you eat around here, too.
You sure got us good. But I do hope you'll keep these practical jokes to a minimum.
Personally, I hope not. More pranks all around. Imperious Rally max level. Beautiful. And I think this is more than a gracious spot to leave the episode at. Next time, it's Grimwald Nox time again. Because this episode is done long enough, so I will leave it here. So, until next time, I hope you'll have a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And hope to see you then. Bye bye.